This question says, Mr. LaRouche, you have taken a very strong position against the development of alternate energy sources, and you've argued instead that nuclear power is our only alternative. There are many varying views among us on this, but for the sake of this discussion, it may be the case that wind or solar power is not capable of providing sufficient energy to power industry or even to power a major metropolitan area. But in the interest of achieving energy independence in the short term, why are you so opposed to encouraging through tax credits and other things the use of alternate sources of energy generation for households and communities?
I oppose it because it's utterly incompetent. There's no possible justification for it. The so-called science involved is complete lies. And I have people telling me things which if they were, I couldn't accept on the grounds of being exonerated on grounds of stupidity. We'd have to call them liars. There is no such thing as an energy policy. An energy policy is a form of masturbation, not a policy. Well, the driving power of an economy is energy flux density. The power to do work is not measured in quantities of calories. The same amount of heat at low energy flux density is not equivalent to a higher order of energy flux density. This is a matter of physics. Now, you have people who don't understand physics. You have people running around with degrees in physics, but they're degrees in physics policy, physics social policy, how atoms should kiss each other or whatever. So the thing is utterly incompetent. There is no such thing as an alternate energy policy. What this is a genocide policy. And where does it come from? It comes from the head of the World Wildlife Fund. And it's a policy which was created by Prince Philip and his Nazi friend, Prince Bernhard, who's died subsequently, which is the World Wildlife Fund. The purpose is to reduce the world's population to less than 2 billion people as fast as possible. And that's exactly what this policy will do. We can develop, now, we can develop a much larger number and rate of production of nuclear power plants than have been envisaged before. We have certain obstacles. But if we change our policy on plutonium as a means of charging up reactors of two types, of both the uranium and the thorium, if we do that, especially in areas where thorium is abundantly present, as in Australia or India and so forth, you can very rapidly develop an increased amount of high-density power. Now, relatively lower density organization of small thorium reactors is on the southern coast of India, is essential, because the major problem we have on this planet today of a relevant type is the lack of water. We are drawing down fossil water resources. This is becoming a threat to life in many parts of the planet. We can no longer do that. We have to engage in large order distillation, desalination by power. This requires an intensity of power to be efficient on the nuclear reaction level. See, you're talking about here a problem in physical chemistry. You're not counting marbles. This is physical chemistry. And what you can accomplish, the absolute nature of what you can accomplish, depends upon the energy flux density level. This is nuclear physics, but it's nuclear physics based on on power of this type, density power. So get into the, before talking about energy policy, get at least a decent course in nuclear physics or physical chemistry. Understand the physical chemistry involved. Understand what levels of energy flux density you can do certain kinds of operations and how you get there. Why is it better to illuminate a flower or any kind of green plant with sunlight than to waste the sunlight on the useless thing of using it for heating power? The cost of the method of using solar power uses more power in the end than you get out of it. Isn't that stupid? You want to lose? But that's who the people are pushing this is the World Wildlife Fund of that fascist bastard, Prince Philip, who was a friend of a died, who was actually an official member of the Waffen-SS and signed his letter of resignation, Heil Hitler. It was the Heil Hitler movement that started this movement. The fascists of the Nazis of the 1920s were a green organization, a pro-environmentalist organization. The biggest fascists in the world were behind this. It was the nativity issue. Eliminate people. This is a fascist program. So tell your friend, don't be a fascist. Go for nuclear power.